to scale it down. I think we have shaved another 250 billion out of that so that we can stagger the projects, deliver on the ones that are of immediate, already started and rolling, and then do the others later, because we have to live within our means. I want to assure you and assure the country that we are well on course in running a stable economy that is not dependent on unnecessary, excessive borrowing. I know we had an issue of delayed salaries, which is, somebody said, it is the first time that we are having delayed salaries. Yes, it is the first time we are having delayed salaries. But it's also the first time we are having such monumental debts. I want to assure the country that that is managed. We have turned the corner. All I assure the country is this, the commitment I made that we are not going to borrow money to spend on recurrent expenditure, including salaries. That is the position of the government of Kenya. We will not do that. We will look for our taxes, and I want to commend the Kenya Revenue Authority for what they are doing. They are today at 95% of their commitment. Thank you, Madam Acting Commissioner. They are doing a wonderful job in a very difficult terrain. We have experience of people who are not used to paying taxes. But we have said that this is no longer going to be the animal farm. All of us are going to pay. So again, let me say that that is now behind us. We are moving in the right direction, but to assure the country that we will not continue the old tradition of borrowing money to pay recurrent expenditure, to pay salaries. We are going to pay salaries from our own resources. We are going to carry out our recurrent expenditure using our own resources. And we have moved our fiscal deficit to 5.7%. Our target is to take it to 5% next year and 4.4% the following year, so that we can work within the parameters of the resources that we can raise as we grow our own tax revenue. I have also instructed the Treasury to look at all the taxes, to have a tax review of all the taxes. There are some taxes we certainly are going to reduce in the coming budget, because some of the taxes are punitive and they actually encourage more dodging than paying and compliance, so that we can make it much more easy for citizens, corporates, and all the people that work with us to comply with taxes. Institutionalizing performance management is both desirable and rational. This is the rationale behind the decision to assign the government's performance contracting mechanism to the Public Service Performance Management Unit in the Office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary, and I am confident that we shall all begin to experience considerable improvement in public service delivery. As we hold the rest of public service to account on this matter, I will definitely hold the Honorable Musalia Mudavadi also on a performance contract to make sure that this actually happens. I also know that the institutionalization of performance management in government is going to be further anchored in a clear policy framework through the Public Service Performance Management Bill, once it undergoes the necessary developments in readiness for legislation in our Parliament. In keeping with our digital agenda, I am delighted to note that the Government of Kenya has made progress in developing the government online performance contracting information system. This system will promote efficiency, promptness, and transparency, thereby delivering the possibilities, benefits, and advantages of digital technology to the management of public service delivery. A result-oriented, effective coordination and commitment to go beyond the extra mile must be the new features of our approach to service delivery. Let us each do our part in strengthening a performance culture through the public service. To do this, let us eradicate all practices of sabotaging and discouraging high standards of performance in public service and instead motivate, reinforce, encourage, and support them. Let us also remember that the performance management mechanism is one more platform on which Kenyans will subject our servants to intense scrutiny and align our conduct accordingly. Let me say here again to thank the Senate and National Assembly for acceding to my request that we provide a platform where the people's representatives sitting in Parliament can interrogate our administration by affording a platform for cabinet secretaries to be able to answer questions directly in Parliament. And I am happy that that process is going to begin tomorrow, so that cabinet secretaries can get to the floor of the House, answer questions from the people's representatives, explain our actions, and create a better interface between the executive and the legislature in a mechanism that ensures greater accountability of the government of Kenya. Because I am a very strong believer in accountability. It is the same reason that hopefully through the bipartisan process, we can also get our opposition away from street battles